18, please stop watching this video. This content was not intended for you. Hey everybody, it's TMIKA and I am here to share with you guys what I created for the swap that I did with Simply Shantae. The name of the swap was called Zero Budget Loaded Coffee Sleeve Swap, and the premise of it was to create some items to load into an altered coffee sleeve, a kind you get from like big box coffee stores, or you can make one yourself, and include a goodie. And all of these things are from a shop your stash. So you're going to create everything from something that you already have, and you're going to give a goodie from something that you already have as well. It's a great idea to do this if you want to send just a little happy mail, a little rack, or something like that. Something quick, something easy. You want to craft, you're in the mood. This fits all of those ideas, checks off all the notches. So I had to do a voiceover because I recorded this whole thing with no sound. So here I'm showing you the paper that I used for my zero budget swap, and I picked up the MINTAY paper called Happy Place. This is my second time purchasing this paper and I love it so much. I used the chipboard element from to make the front of the coffee sleeve kind of a little bit more stable to hold the items. And then I used the leftover papers that I had from the clock project that I did with Tina. Tell him thank you. I used the leftover papers for that. Look how pretty that looks. Just the cover of it is gorgeous. All this paper is so pretty. So anyway, I'm just sharing with you the papers. You guys can look it up and see for yourself. It's an older paper, but you know, time and paper doesn't make a difference in my world. So it's called MINTAY Happy Place. So I'm going to start off with showing you my altered coffee sleeve, and I drink so much Starbucks, I literally had a stash of these. So I decided to cover the front and back. I added this little, actually it's two stickers, an outline sticker and then a sticker that says Made with Love on the middle. Both of those actually come from Hobby Lobby. Because my handwriting is horrible. So I had to add that to the top. I took the coffee sleeve apart and layered the paper, cut around it, and then put it back together with some hot glue. And kind of to cover the sleeve, I added the two stickers. And then at the bottom, I hot glued the bottom just so everything can not fall out. And then I added some washi tape to the top around the edges, or either washi tape or gold paper. I really wish I knew what I was saying. And I have some pink trim, some mint colored pom-pom trim. I have included some flowers from Shatavia, who is Cuddle Me Clay Tay. She makes beautiful flowers. And also I added 3 little tiny pearls there on the side. I cut up the ephemera stickers from the collection into 2, just broke it in half at a nice separable spot. Pop them on chip pop dots and put them on the front of my coffee sleeve. So that's what I'm going to stuff everything in. So the first thing I'm showing you is the 3x3 note card. We're to create a note card and envelope using obviously the same collection. Everything is the same collection of the coordinates. I am using some thick cardstock. It's the 120 pound paper cardstock that I get on auto ship from Amazon. That's how much I love it. It'll be linked down below. I use that. I also use a 110 from the same company. Both will be down there in the description box. Very heavy paper, and I love my card. I know Shantae is doing simple these days. It was very hard for me not to layer and layer for her. I want her to be able to reuse the items. And I'm sure she has this paper collection so she can be able to tie it in with other things that she makes. I did the same thing, cut the sentiment up in half, added some more flat back pearls, and I layered this a couple times with some pink gingham paper, then some gold paper, then another beautiful piece on the top of that. And then I also layered the inside as well with the gold and the white square, and the back is plain. So I just tuck that right on there in the inside there so it can be seen from the coffee sleeve. So I really like doing it that way. The next thing I'm going to share with you is the gift card holder, and I know that she loves purses and purse dies, so I found a file from the Silhouette online store that I had already purchased, and it was a gift card holder purse file. If I find it, I know I'll find it. I'll put it down below so you guys can check it out yourself. And I just cut it out in the MINTAY paper, and I did all the little extra little knobs and bobbles and the straps that go with it to make it a purse. I believe it had like straps for paper purse that you're supposed to use, or maybe the person used ribbon. I can't remember. It's a Lori Whitlock file, but I wanted to use something a little bit more elegant to tie in all the rest of the gold. So I used a string of gold pearls, and I also have some flat back pearls on the back, and I hot glued those pearls to the front of the gift card to mimic a purse. And then I've hidden them because there's a lot of glue. I want to make sure it stays on there, and I've hidden them with 2 pink bows. And I really like how that turned out. It is so cute. I added some ruffle pleated paper down at the bottom. I made a rosette and also another sentiment from the collection. That's why I love MINTAY. Their sentiments are chipboard. I mean, not chipboard, but sticker. And there are chipboard ones too, but they are versatile. So anyway, I like buying, if nothing else, their chipboard sticker collections. So that's the purse that I did. And then just like I did the note card, I'm going to wrap the purse up in plastic as well, or plastic, a plastic bag, clear bag, so that it can remain safe during shipping. So the next thing we needed to create were a set of embellishments. And if you're going to create small, you're supposed to do a set of 4. So I did 2 sets of 4. And I know that she likes bows, and I couldn't decide on which center, obviously. So I did 4 in one and 4 in the other. So I did 2 different files for this. So it's like the bride's bow file and a regular bow file that I just added on top of it. And then I just folded them up and added the bling center to the middle. These are tiny bows for my fingers. It was a struggle, but I needed something small to put inside the coffee sleeve. And who doesn't like bows? So anyway, I wanted to add that set. So I counted that as 1 set of small embellishments. So I'm going to wrap this up in the bag, and I'm going to show you guys the second set. Here is my second set of embellishments, and I love them so much. They are so cute. I made a set of rosettes, which I love making rosettes and bows for the goodies or anything to include in the swap, because we always use those. But this time I zhuzhed it up a lot, and I cut out the fussy cut out the little elements from the paper collection and added them on top of the rosettes, and then I added tulle in between and a sentiment on both. So as you can see, like the bottom 2, it has a balloon, a hot air balloon, and it has sweet. Add a little flat back pearl, some page flags just to make it super, you know, just loaded. And I love that. In the top, I used one of the little Dollar Tree stickers along with some more ephemera on the top to make them zhuzhy as well. So I hope she can use them. I'm praying she has this paper collection. But if she doesn't, she still has some shabby paper that she can use these to, or add them to a bag topper and some lace. And she knows how to play with these, but they're super cute. And I had a hard time putting them in that package. I didn't want to give them away. Now, this last part was not part of the original swap. I was doing a live for Creative Mojo Wholesale Studio. I'm on her design team, and I was putting together a charm, and I had made one, and I was so happy about it. And Shantae was actually on the live in the comment section talking about, ooh, that would look good in blue, her favorite color. Ooh, that would look good. Ooh, I wish I had one in the swap. Ooh, she just was going on ridiculous, child. So I cheated and included one. I made one for her since I needed the practice anyway, putting these things together. So I made one for her, and I didn't have blue, like her blue. Aqua is really what she wanted, but I do have some darker color mint ones that I included. And she knows I had to throw in some pink in here. She doesn't not like pink, but it matches the collection, and I hope she uses it for like a mini album or something she keeps for herself. But nonetheless, she can give it away if she wants to. It's hers. So yeah, I am happy how it turned out. I love how it turned out, and I definitely will be making more of these. And I have fun during that live. So she got her extra little charm that she wanted. So I included that. And those are all the things that we needed to create were a set of embellishments and a small set, a large set, or either or, just two sets, 3x3 note card, a gift card holder, and then a Dollar Tree goodie, which I'll show you guys here in a second. I'm sending her some flat back pearls. And then we're going to wrap it all up in a neat, pretty package. Side note, one of the things that I like to do is repackage up like the Dollar Tree stuff. So that's a Dollar Tree pearl, and I cut it down to this paper from the chipboard paper from the Paper Studio. If I have other collections, if I make embellishments or something and I have this packaging, so I keep it, I'll wrap it up. So it just looks a lot more cleaner than, you know, the Dollar Tree jot on top. So it just makes it coordinate with everything else. See how pretty that looks instead of having the regular packaging on there. And a few times I've sent stuff and they're like, oh, I didn't know the Paper Studio made rosettes. These are so cute. And you, on the back, make sure if you do this, handmade by, put your name on the back. Otherwise, you know, your talents will go unseen, child. So this is me shoving all this stuff in here because, of course, I couldn't make a small gift card. Of course, I couldn't give a tiny little Dollar Tree goodie. It had to be super long. But I was happy that I have that longer piece so it can add some stability to the back of my coffee sleeve. So I find a way to maneuver all of my items in there. And that's another reason why I put it inside the plastic, because I didn't want them to get squished and torn during its travels. So I added the plastic to that, and the charm, I folded it up into a tight little plastic bag. Hopefully it'll stay that way during shipping. But as you can see, all this stuff with the plastic was just oozing out. And what I should have done was add like a little base to the bottom, or a little box base or something to open it up a little bit, because it's kind of squeezing it up from the bottom. So maybe don't seal the bottom up and have yourself a little air room down there, but you'll see how I package this up in a second. All right, so I managed to get that in there nice and tight with a little bit of arranging around. So I'm going to set that to the side, and I grabbed my extra little bits that I had left of the paper that I wanted to use. So I measured the length and width of the coffee sleeve that I had. I'm going to use that for my base. The paper is so pretty. And then I'm going to make like a little pocket, and I'm going to use some vinyl that I had. This is like vinyl thick plastic, like you get from, like if you get a comforter, a sleeper in a bag or something like that. It's that type of thick. And my idea is to let that sew that around the edges of the paper to fit like a little pocket. So I hope that makes sense. I cut just enough for it to fit alongside. I'm going to sew it on the left, the right, and the bottom, leaving a little bit of a gusset so the paper or the sleeve can fit on the inside. All right, so I am back, and I have sewn all the way around, and I left it thick on the sides just to add like a little gusset, folded it up, kind of pleated it, pinched it and pleated it at the bottom so that it'll have room to bow for the coffee sleeve to fit in. So I think I did a good job. See, that's what I'm saying. I have a little bowl, like a little candy bag, folded it up just a smidge and pleated it at the bottom. So I'm going to grab the coffee sleeve and all of its contents and slide that in there, and it should fit. Oh, it does, because it's gone now, but fits in there perfectly. And so cute. I love it so, so much. Y'all know these colors appeal to my shabby senses and tickle my fancy. I love this color combo, but it's time to move on. So now I've retrieved some colors that I think will go well with closing this up or making it super fancy for the packaging. And I've gotten some seam binding in this pretty mint color. I have some lace in white, and I have some lace in pink. And I also have some seam binding in this cream color too. So I'm going to sort all these out and try to figure out how I want to close this up and utilize all of this pretty ribbon to make my package fancy. So I decide on the colors that I want to use, this mint, this ivory color, and this pink. And to kind of keep everything together, because I told you my loaded sleeve I should not have glued the bottom because everything keeps kind of popping up. So in order for it not to pop out and give her a nice little surprise, I decided to tie that around the packaging, and it serves dual purposes. So it's going to keep everything contained in the coffee sleeve, and it's going to add a cute little pretty shabby visual for her when she opens up her plastic case that it's in. So I decided to just tie a little bit of those frills on there. It matches the collection. Very, very pretty. I mean, I just love it. So I'm just going to trim that down, and we're going to stick that inside the coffee sleeve, or not coffee sleeve, inside the package that I made. And it all still fits because that's like a stretchable vinyl. Plus we made the gussets on the side, so that fits quite nicely in there. So now I'm just going to fold over the extra bits right close to the edge, fold it down once, and then fold the other half, which I'm off camera, there we go, up so it can have the pretty pink come through from the back. So that's how I'm going to do that. Add some more stability to it, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and kind of make that crease really, really nice. Glue the edges down so that can stay down, and that's it. Of course, I must turn on my hot glue first. Lord have mercy. Get it together, girl. I thought the pink was cute, but I decided to use this paper on front, mainly because it was missing like a 1/4 of an inch from the top, and I didn't like that piece. Like, it ran out of stripes at the top, and I didn't want to leave it like that. Like, I couldn't allow myself to do that. So I just cut down another strip to 2x5, and I'm going to lay it on top of that. You see how it just barely closes that up? So I'm going to lay that on top, and finish it off with that pretty color floral paper from the collection, and I was okay with that too. So remember, we stitched the back of this, so we just can't leave that all naked and bare. So what I'm going to do is add the other half of that pink to the back. So that's why I was okay with using the blue, to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. Now that my glue gun has decided to join the party, I am going to go ahead and lay that flap down so that it can permanently stay closed. And then I'm going to add the blue paper, which I still think that's cute, but you can see at the top it ends with the white, and it didn't look right. So I just added a little bit of glue to the back of that, folded it over so that it can not have that sharp edge at the end. So always add yourself a little lip for the back. So that's going to go in the back, and then cup nicely over the front. And I left a little bit of the pink edge down because I kind of like how the layered look was on it. So when I'm done adding a ton of glue, you'll be able to see I left just a little bit of the pink peeking out the bottom. See how cute that is? Adorable. Go TMIKA. So yeah, now that's your super thick, sturdy flap that we're going to use to close everything up, and I'm going to use Velcro for this. So I have measured out the back of that pink stripe pattern, and I'm going to add some hot glue to the bottom first, and I'm going to flip it over and just add that so that it can have a nice even start, and then I can just add glue from that point on. But I want to make sure that it's at least layered how I want it to be layered, no overage, because I measured this exactly to fit. So that's how I do it. Get the bottom base down, then everything else you could just add the glue from that point on. So the reason why I added the flap first is so that when I covered the back up, it would hide the seam. So that's why I did that. So you could leave it like this, but to tie everything in together, I didn't use too much gold on the packaging. I am going to add a tiny bit of ribbon to the top. So I just added with a light hand, I added a little bit of hot glue, kind of rubbed it on there instead of clumping it so that the string doesn't melt or the ribbon doesn't melt. And then I added a little bit of ribbon to the top just to kind of finish everything off, to make it a pretty edge. So I still have the blue peeking out and the pink. So I think that works well. Looks cute. So I've added the Velcro dots here, the first layer there, to the corners, left and the right corner. And I just wanted to make sure that's securely on there. Peel off the back, lay it down, because that is vinyl. It will stick immediately, honey, like paper. So make sure you have everything where you want it to be. Fold it up and, you know, apply a little pressure so it can warm up to it. And you have the perfect match for the top and the bottom layers. And I kind of let that sit for a second before I pull it up. And to finish off the top of this bag topper, I have had this piece of beauty in my stash for a while. It was part of a bag topper swap. I forget who gave it to me, but thank you. It matches the collection perfectly. It's two doilies laid on top of each other with some mint colored mint and white colored doily and a mint butterfly, and some pink is on there, a little sentiment. It just worked perfectly, and I was glad to be able to use this for the top, and boom, finished. It was like the perfect finish for this paper and project. So I just want to make sure I get that on there nice and secure, and that's it. That's how everything is packaged up. Look how easy that opens. Look how just stacked, layered. Really, really cute finish. So again, I hope you guys liked everything. Check the description box for anything that I may have mentioned in this video. Also, it's beginning of the month, so if you want to join my Patreon, like I said yesterday, shameless plug, honey. Yes, come on over. The links will be down below. And I will talk to you guys soon. Like this video if you like it, and let me know what you think. Bye.